Taurus likes tried, true, and tested and steadfast, whereas Uranus likes to break that up. It doesn't want stagnation. It wants to liberate you from stagnation. So notice where you're feeling resistance to change or you're resisting new ideas. This is great for out-of-the-box thinking. Welcome to the Story of Spirit podcast, where practical spirituality meets real life. Hi, I'm your host, She Tells Story. I'm a psychic medium, grief support counselor, professional astrologer, and a human design reader, and of course, a law of attraction master coach. With my unique blend of spiritual and practical tools, I am here to help you align with your soul-led purpose and ignite a life that sets your soul on fire. In this podcast, we are going to explore the principles of energy, astrology, spirituality, and psychology to help you heal your grief and create an aligned life and business from the inside out. Whether you are looking to deepen your intuition, understand your cosmic design, or transform your business, this podcast is for you. Join me each week for insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories that will guide you on your journey to living your very best life. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at She Tells Story or wherever you listen to this podcast. Let's dive in and start this transformative journey together. Welcome to the Story of Spirit podcast. Welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of May 12th through to the 18th. This is going to be a spicy week. And because it is a second quarter moon phase in Scorpio, and we start out the week at a full moon in Scorpio. So that full moon in Scorpio, moon in Scorpio, this is about introspection, uncovering what is deep, what is deep in the shadows and bringing light to that. This is about healing ancestral trauma, healing patterns, mental patterns that are holding you back from where you want to go. The full moon in Scorpio is happening at the 22nd degree of Scorpio at 12:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 10:56 p.m. Mountain Standard to Mountain Daylight Time, MDT, and it'd be 9:56 p.m. Pacific Time. So if you're on the West Coast. So this full moon is emotionally intense and deeply transformative because Uranus is sitting with the sun in Taurus. So anytime we have a full moon, the sun and the moon are opposite each other in the zodiac, the moon being in Scorpio, which is a deep transformative sign in water, fixed water. Think of the water at the bottom of the ocean that holds all the secrets. And the sun is in Taurus and sitting with Uranus. Uranus is a planet of change, of chaos, of upheaval. It is the higher octave of Mercury, which is genius energy. So this is about shaking up what needs to come to the surface in order for you to heal it so that you can call in the abundance, the long-term goals and aspirations that you're desiring. What is holding you back? This is going to highlight for you where you are holding yourself back from the goals that you have for yourself. Old wounds, fears, and hidden truths are going to surface now to be released, to see them as they are, to love them, and to release them. With the sun conjunct Uranus, this is expecting breakthroughs now. This is going to be a day where your agenda is not going to follow kind of a prescribed way of doing things. You're just going to allow shift to happen. Shift happens today. Shift happens today. And reflect back on the intention you set during the new moon in Scorpio back on November 1st, 2024. So if you were, like I was, kind of having some things happening on November 1st, 2024, I was deep in the shadow of burnout actually at that time. And this is going to bring back now, how much did I learn of that? What did I release from that pattern that I'm no longer subscribing to in my life? So think of it that way, right? These patterns are bringing up to your attention themes that are playing out in your life. And we have these 12 cycles that are always playing out according to the moon in their zodiac signs. Deep healing, emotional rebirth, releasing the past. The downside of this can be power struggles, emotional overwhelm, and can be a fear of vulnerability. Now, the ruling planet for Scorpio in modern astrology is Pluto, and it is square to Mercury at this time. So, this is very deep, intense thoughts. This can be ruminating on things, but it's meant to excavate the things of the psyche, the subconscious that have been sitting there. And we have 6 planets in fixed signs at this time. So this is a time where we can feel very determined, very like staying power, getting something done. You're driving to what you want. And it can be stubbornness. It can be an unwillingness to shift. So I'm going to invite you to ask yourself, where can I invite in more shift? Where can I invite in more change? Where can I flow with change during this time? What's coming up for me to notice, to love more about myself, and to release it so that I can move forward into the things that I want to create? Also, at this time, there is this Mercury in Taurus is going to bring up something else. Words carry weight today. And this is going to carry on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, this Mercury square to Pluto retrograde. Its words carry weight. Conversations may feel intense and triggering. So be mindful of how you're expressing power and control in communication. Where do you feel like you're being controlled or manipulated? Where do you have power struggles happening in your life? And where we can use this is to, again, dig deep, to uncover, to do research, investigation. These are going to be very supported at this time. So if you're thinking of launching something new, or you're going deep into research, or you're finishing off something for school, this is a really great time to kind of stay at the library. Don't talk to anybody. No, I'm just kidding. But really, just this is a time to investigate and go deep and be introspective and listen. Listen for the sake of listening, not for the sake of rebutting or yelling at people. And really, this is not a time to be a crusader on social media, because there's going to be a lot of triggery people on there too. So just being mindful of where you're putting your resources, Taurus, and doing it in a way that feels like it's amplifying your future versus taking away from it. Now, the next major aspect is on Saturday, May 17th, and this is the Sun conjunct to Uranus. So it was coming together during the full moon, and now it is exactly together on the same degree on Saturday, May 17th. So this happens once a year, maybe twice depending if Uranus is retrograding, but very, very slow, so not highly unlikely. Happens once a year, and this is a powerful day of change and liberation. Uranus liberates. Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. Aquarius is about humanity, humanitarian efforts coming together to support each other. We are all elevating innovation, technology. So Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. It is genius energy. And coming together with the sun in Taurus, this can be earthquakes. It can be volcanic action, seismic action. So there could be some of that in the news today. It's also a shakeup of the stock market. Uranus rules the stock market. It's money, the things that we value, resources. So this can be a volatile time in stock trading and investing. So something to just be aware of. And a lot can be shifting. Today, the mantra really this whole week is expect the unexpected. So this is not a time that your agenda is going to go well, just having a sort of an open day. This is like a wonderful day if you're just going to drive carefully in and just discover what's out there. So maybe checking out garage sales or flea markets or farmers markets, and just kind of seeing what is out there. You might score a really cool deal. You might meet someone really amazing on this day. This is opening the path for something new and exciting to come your way. This is not the tried to true. Oh my God, why is that hard to say? Tried, true, and tested way, even though it's in Taurus, because Taurus likes tried, true, and tested and steadfast, whereas Uranus likes to break that up. It doesn't want stagnation, it wants to liberate you from stagnation. So notice where you're feeling resistance to change or you're resisting new ideas. This is great for out of the box thinking, an innovative way to clean out your house or do something that feels like you're taking care of your resources. The earth, Taurus, good day to do some gardening, maybe plant a garden in a way that you haven't ever planted it, or try a new plant in the garden, or putting roses somewhere else, just shaking up the old routine. And then Sunday, May 18th, we have Mercury square to Mars. Mercury is in Taurus and Mars is in Leo. These are two fixed signs. So this is very explosive energy. Mental frustration, disagreements may surface. Don't let your pride get in the way of progress. This can be stubborn, fiery energy. So, speaking your truth with confidence, be careful not to get defensive with your words, impatient, or try to push your point. This is energy. Mercury is cars and Mars is movement. So this is going to be a day to really be careful with driving. There can be more than normal accidents on this day as well. So you really want to be very mindful in your action. You want to be very mindful in the words that you're using and the energy that's coming out that are fueling your words. Notice where you feel like you're not being appreciated. Leo, Mars in Leo needs appreciation, needs acknowledgement. So if you might be noticing where you're feeling not acknowledged for all the work that you do, that how much value you bring to situations. So noticing that, and then having a conversation from a very calm and rooted state, that no one's trying to screw you over. No one's trying to like cut you off in traffic. No one's actually thinking about you. They're in their own world. And you can't, unless you express yourself in a way that feels rooted and grounded in truth and also kindness for the other person, it will not be received. So you can use this energy to get a lot done today too. This could be, again, cleaning out the garden or the garage, really moving through a lot of things that need to get done. But this fiery Mars is wanting acknowledgement of some way. So just noticing that, and maybe paying out some compliments in your day that you feel, get what you get or give what you want to receive, is a good adage for today. And again, noticing what comes up for you if you feel like you're not being received, you're not being acknowledged. Where does that come from? How old were you when that was created? Where did you learn that? What is the situation trying to teach you? Maybe you've got to train people around you to let them know. I had to tell my kids, you know what, I'll drive you places, I'll do all the things, I'll anticipate your needs, but I really just need you to say thank you. And when you don't say thank you, I feel like you're taking me for granted and you're just using me. And so I'm going to tell you honestly, that's what I want. When you do things for me, I tell you thank you. I'm so appreciative. I can give you a hug. If you don't want a hug, that's fine. But I will tell you I appreciate you because I really want to be appreciated. And they know now. So when I pick them up from school, or I'm dropping them off, or I'm bringing cookies or whatever they forgot, and they're like, thank you, Mom. I'm like, you're welcome. That feels so appreciated. Is that coming from their heart? Who knows, right? All I know is that they're saying thank you and they've internalized that that's something that I need. And I really appreciate that. So, where can you then have a conversation in a rooted, grounded, calm moment that sets those boundaries and those places for where you want to feel appreciated and be appreciated truly, because that's something you desire? It's okay to speak up for that. Wishing you a wonderful week where you are appreciated and loved and valued for the amazing human you are. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Story of Spirit podcast. I hope you have found inspiration, support, and practical insights to help you align with your soul-led purpose and live a life that sets your soul on fire. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Your support helps us to reach more listeners and continues to provide valuable content. I sincerely appreciate every share, and I know it is how most people find me. It is because caring people like you have shared me with them at the right and perfect time. For more resources, insights, and to connect with our community, please visit us at www.shetellstory.com and follow us on Instagram at shetellstory. Remember, your journey to a more aligned and vibrant life is just the beginning, and I am here to support you every step of the way. Until next time, stay aligned, stay inspired, and keep shining your beautiful light. This is She Tells Story, signing off from the Story of Spirit podcast. Here's the legalese that's required by our lawyers. This podcast and the YouTube channel represents the opinions of She Tells Story and her guests to the show. The content should not be taken as medical, psychological, or financial advice. This series is informational and entertainment purposes only. Because each person is so unique, please consult your healthcare professional, your mental health dream team, your financial advisor, or anyone else that's an expert in the field in where you are thinking of making big choices in your life.